welcome, Karem.
Thank you. Thank you. I do. I love FemCity. It is an amazing platform, and it brings people like yourself and Sarah and me together, to really incorporate and just collaborate together. It's awesome.
Yes, yes. I think I'm branded a femme.
Oh, I so am. I mention it to every woman that I can talk to.
I
So,
know, yeah. It just like it's when you it's hard to find a really great supportive networking group out there, and if you do, stick to it because
yes,
you know that you can always fall back, and you always have people who let you fall safely and lift you up.
yes.
So, without further ado, thank you for being here. We still have a minute to spare, but we're going to go ahead and start our program. Um, so, Sarah, you know what to do.
Not really.
Not really.
Yes, I know. My job is to start a conversation. So
You're
that's
the
what
networker, right?
my
She's the curtain opener.
open.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. It's so good to be back. And this is the first day of the week and the first day of the month and the first day of the new theme. So I'm so excited. So let me start by introducing myself first in case we have some new visitor, new guest. I'm Sarah M. I'm a former refugee from Cambodia, grew up in a beautiful country, and
Like
then
every woman that I can talk to.
I
So,
know, yeah.
a former refugee. And
Sorry.
when I reached college age, my country gone through a very, very challenging time. And it's recorded in the history that we gone through a communist took over. And that's when they turned our country upside down and they basically destroyed our country and destroyed us. I I struggled to survive, but I'm glad I did. I survived because it's not my strength alone. Without God's help, I probably could not make it. But I'm so grateful that I'm here, so I can say that well, with a strong will, strong hope, who want to live, I want to live. I didn't want to give up. So with us courage and determination, we can achieve some impossible thing. So this is almost impossible. But anyway, it's not all about me. It's all about us that we can do amazing things. So I record my journey in my book. This is my book. I survived the killing fields. Available on my website, sarahim.com. And I'm also an inspirational speaker. So if you know of any group that need to be inspired, encouraged, and entertained, reach out to me and to Lee. We both can help. Bye to you, Lee.
Thank you. Sorry that this all these electronic things that it's just making noise whenever it wants. So,
Mhm, mhm.
but happy Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. It is the month of May. And today I want to also share that it is the day that 42 years ago, about this time, we were docking onto a boat that left the country, Vietnam, in a very dangerous way to flee the communists. And it brings back a lot of emotional when I think of today as 42 years ago in 1979. But I couldn't imagine that without the courage and the determination that my parents want to do something for their children, all five of us, and for themselves, we wouldn't have today. So my story has been recorded also in a memoir, You can find it on my website, leatran.com. And if you want to learn more about it, please feel free to get a copy from there. I will sign and send it to you. Yeah, talking about courage. So there's a lot of things that we could not imagine that we could do, because sometimes it's involved life and death. And without that courage, we will not have the reward. And I'm sure Karem can share some of her courage about walking out of something and started something new, or whatever that she want to share with us today. So welcome, Karem.
Thank you.
Please
Thank you, Lea.
let us know who you are and what you do, and why courage and determination is something in your vocabulary too.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's really an honor to be surrounded by such amazing women. Like, it's just, it's amazing and to be today 42 years. That's amazing. So I am a transformation coach, and I say that because I went through my own transformation. I know what it is to go through all the fears of, when you're transitioning to something new that you could never even saw yourself before. So I am a coach. I was a mediator for 18 years. I actually still certified, but I practice very little of it. But my passion has always been to help people. And I got into the mediation business, certified in just about every area, but really specialized in the family, everything that pertained with children and families and divorces and all of those things. And it was interesting how, that was my way of being able to empower and bring unity and peace into the families' lives by, coming to some type of mutual agreement, which, we know that in mediation, there's a win-win and a lose-lose. There's no winner. There's never a winner, right? It's just, if you can come out of mediation with an agreement that fits both of you, then that's the win in general. But it was through a life experience. I didn't realize it. I know that there was something within me that was seeking for more, and I really wasn't aware what that was. But I believe that life takes you on journeys that almost peel away the next layer so that you can see of yourself. And I love that we're talking about courage and determination, because in order for us to peel the layers, we have to have a sense of, knowingness about how to, or not how to move forward, but knowing that, an awareness that where we want to move forward. So, that's a little bit of my background in the process of courage and determination, and, move forward with it.
So that's so wonderful. I think that being a mediator is something really tough. Conflict resolution is not something that, it's almost like a referee type of job, right? You're like, he say, she say, everybody say, but, nobody want to hear the other side. So we have to have a third party come in and put out the resolution.
Yeah.
But so that, with that background, is so significant. And I think, to be transformed, which is who you are, transformational coach, which I love the name, because I think, nothing better than if you can transform or inspire that person to transform from one place to the next. And so being that mediator, what led you to step even further and say that instead of just tell them what to do, I am gonna find a way to make them realize what's good for them and what they should do? When did that happen?
It's interesting because when you think about it, being a mediator taught me how to empower and how to be able to speak to people, to empower them to make decisions for themselves, because I couldn't make those decisions, right? An arbitrator would make the decisions. A mediator is there to facilitate that communication. So being a mediator just opened up opened up a skill to be able to empower, and to, when you empower someone, you're bringing out a gift within themselves. They're bringing out something within themselves that they haven't seen yet, but that they have the ability and the capabilities of doing. And so I, honestly, I didn't go from mediation to coaching and say, okay, this is what I see myself now doing. It was such a journey in the process. And it wasn't a journey of like, okay, this is, all of a sudden coaching came into mind. No, it was something, my father, he's the foundation to my transformation, I believe. And it was because of his journey through cancer and his journey of life, and then my play in that part of his life, in every part of his life, but my journey as a daughter, to see him go through that led me to start to ask questions that I had possibly ignored when I was in my career of mediation. Because we kind of settle when after 18 years, and there's so many people out there with so many more years in a career that they can't even begin to think of transitioning to something else because of fear. Right? Starting all over again. Not having any idea about what that is, but there's something within you that you're like wanting to do. And I did recognize that in my mediation towards the end of the years of my practice. I was like, there's something else that I know I want to do, but I had no clue what it was. And then I went through this journey with my father that made me ask questions of, what do I want in my life? Right? How do I want to feel? And just questions. And I had some really long drives because I would take him to his treatments. And I live in West Palm, and we would travel weekly to Sarasota. So that was like 3 hours of just, priceless conversations with him. And it just opened up questions in my mind, like, what is my purpose here? And when my father passed, I came to this halt where I decided I was no longer going to do something that I was not passionate about. And I was passionate when I began. And like I said, I feel that was a stepping stone to everything. I was passionate at the beginning, but I was no longer passionate towards the end. And it made me ask, what is my purpose? What's my purpose in my life, so that I can wake up every day and want to do more? And how can I serve people? And I knew that for a fact that I really love to do that. And so that led to different steps, right? Action steps that we go. And I literally was very stubborn. I was like, I am not doing anything until I know what it is. And I dived into personal growth even deeper, because I had already been studying personal growth, but I had dived in even deeper. And it provided me an answer. See, when we ask, we get answers. We're just not used to asking the questions that we know will bring some truth, and we're afraid of that truth because we limit our potential, our abilities. So that was my process.
There's so many levels of things that I resonate with what you're saying, because I think at the very least, I think we should step out and take some time to spend it with us and with our loved one in order to find out exactly what we want, right? I think, your father is also an immigrant.
Yes.
First generation immigrant, and you are the second generation here. So I think, we're speaking for a lot of immigrants and refugee people in the United States. Many people, maybe first, second, third, fourth generation, but we all have gone through this route. Sooner or later, we'll feel the effect of who are we? What are we supposed to be here for? Those questions kind of lurking. And I really resonate with the passion things, because I think passion is there for a reason, and then it left us for another reason. Because you can always have passion, and you can always change your passion. Your passion is not written in stones. It does not have to stay forever. And I'm on my third career transition, and it is nerve-wracking. And I never thought, see, for the longest time, I'm always mistaking coaching and consulting. And it's until I am now certifying to be a coach that it really taught me that there's a huge difference. And I hired people as my coach before, casually called a coach. I was hiring people to consult me. And then I was in turn consult other people as client. You know, I have client I consult on, but it wasn't a coach. But coach is powerful because they really know how to ask the question that really make you dig deeper inside you. So I love the part that the coach is, you are coaching the person, not the problem.
Exactly. I love that. That is like, it's so beautifully said, because there's nothing be changed within ourselves,
Right.
if we don't go to the, to the seed of where it's happening.
Yeah.
If we just cover and fix the superficial aspect of it, see, we can, and this is something I've come to learn so powerfully, is that, people want to make more money, or they want to change careers, and they want to do all this, and they think it is a blueprint to it. And if you do the blueprint, it will automatically create the results. And it doesn't necessarily happen like that.
No.
Because you can have all the blueprints, but if your internal thoughts and your energy, your vibration, your beliefs about yourselves are not at the level of that blueprint, then it's almost like it's an empty blueprint. It's empty actions towards something that you're wanting, you're desiring, and you're not getting the results. And so then it connects to the fact that if you're not getting the results, you think that it's not meant for you. Right. And it's not necessarily that. It's like we need to change the thoughts that we're having, and we need to recognize those emotions that we're having.
Right. Like, I think, you don't want to spoon-fed people what to do. Almost like, don't give them the fish. Teach them how to fish, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, you teach them the tools that is going to help them defend themselves the rest of their lives, empower themselves, where I think it's wonderful to have coaches, and I think we all need coaches, right? And I didn't always think that before.
I know.
Right? I never thought of that before, but now I see the necessity, and that it's not a luxury, it's a necessity in our lives. And but at the same time, we want to be able to be independent, right? To empower ourselves, to not question everything that we desire to do by having to go to someone.
Right. So I guess this is an exercise, a homework for our audience here. So what's the difference between a mentor, a consultant, a coach? Look that up, because it is all different. Absolutely. And I was really naive for a long time. I keep thinking, I don't need a coach to babysit me what to do and tell me what to do. And that's not what the coach is doing. So that's, have you ever had that experience, Sarah?
No, I have a coach, but I understand what the role of the coach is. I also have many mentors.
Yeah, we all should have mentor. Mentor love to cheer us on the sideline and give us tidbits, but I think a coach is actually the one who's opening up what exactly we cannot see ourselves.
Yeah, point to the blind spot that we cannot see ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. I love that. Yeah. I say it is the belief. It's like my role is to carry that belief of you until you're ready to carry it yourself.
Yeah.
Right. It's to empower you and to help you and see more of what you have. And isn't that, I mean, we do that even for our kids, we're constantly, we see so much for them, and they don't see that of themselves, and you have to kind of work it in and continuously. But what you said, Lee, is very true. I myself was very naive of that, You know, there was a whole different idea and belief, perception of what, consulting, coach, mentor was all
Right.
about. And there was a time where I just thought it was just a luxury thing, but it isn't.
Right. And I think the least you can do is have a group of people in the same like mind if you are not affording want to go to a coach, but have a mastermind group that you can actually brainstorm together and share your idea together. Like Karen and I are in one, so we're excited.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And and I would say that if you do gather a mastermind, a group of people, you want to make sure that it's the type of people that will always empower you
Yeah.
to go for something higher than what you're actually choosing, chasing,
Yeah.
not even chasing, going after, you know, because they say that we are the representation of 5 people that we mostly hang around with,
Yeah.
and so we have to see. I was told by a mentor, never be the smartest person in the group, right? Always have somebody smarter,
Yeah.
because it challenges you to be more and see more. So yes.
Yeah, and seems like, you always will attract the type of people that you are. So,
Exactly. Yes.
so is there particular people that you work with, Karen? Like, business or personal or any special um, field that you can help them with?
Lee, thanks for asking. I mean, I truly work. I work in a very mindset spiritual form,
Mm,
and I know that doesn't touch everybody. So I'm always open to working with someone that feels aligned and connected with me, because if there is that, and I think that's crucial for any type of
yeah.
business partnership or anything like that, right? You have to feel aligned and connected. I work with both men and women, um, whether they have a profession or not. I work with women that don't necessarily have a career, but they want to change the way they feel,
Mm-hmm.
change the mindset, and if we understand how the mindset is so incredibly powerful, how our thoughts are so incredibly powerful, then that's a foundation towards changing anything that you want in your life. So I work with both professionals, or whether they're just starting a new career, transitioning to a different career. I definitely have ways that.
Awesome. Awesome. So, I know what you do. So, Sarah, do you have any question for Karen?
Yeah, in fact, I do. I'd like to know, can you share with us the most satisfied client that have used your service?
Oh my gosh. I'd love to share that, because I think it's one of the most rewarding out of being a coach, is
Sure.
having those aha moments where your client is just like, oh my, they're just
Yeah.
insanely happy.
Transformation, right?
Transformation, exactly. I have a dear friend, and it's so funny because I actually used to work with her. She used to um, do mediations too. And when I transitioned, I'm so grateful for her, because she just saw that in me, and she trusted me, and I have been able to coach her through her own transitions, and she has made an amazing change in her life, to the point where she transitioned. She's little by little, she has already transitioned from the current career that she has to the new life that she wants. Went from is going from the business, to homes, to even states. Just transitioning her whole life, and that brings so much gratitude, because they're doing things that they just couldn't see themselves do, because they've been in a career for so long, and they're like, how do you give up
Yeah.
something that you've worked so hard for? And
Yeah.
at the same time, is that shouldn't be the reason for you not to move forward to something else that is seeking to be expressed to
Right.
you.
Mm.
And so if we can recognize that, that's the gift.
letting go is tough. Letting go, that's something you built for so long. Oh my God. I remember when I come to Florida and I had a business for 10 years and it was booming. It was at the peak of celebration my 10 years. And somehow I slumped into a depression that, what is my purpose in life? It's not making money, is it? So I need to step away to really find myself. But even coming to Florida for 3-4 years, I'm still clinging onto that name because that is your identity for so long. That's who you are, right? And now you just like, that's why you need a coach to give you more courage to step out and say, let it go. Because if it's no longer serving you, you no longer have the drive to get up every morning and say, oh my God, I can't wait till the day start because that's what I would love to do. Then it's time to thinking about maybe something else is calling or waiting for you. And the coach is the one who can actually help you open up that desire and that longing of wherever you want to go. So I love hearing that because I think that, as much as people don't think, but having a coach can actually impact a lot of ways that people don't even thinking about, and somehow it opened up a whole new road for them. So it's good to thank you so much for sharing that story because so many of us, including me, I'm still feel like I'm at the crossroad.
And I think it's all of us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't feel like we've accomplished. There always has to be something more. As long as we have life, there's always more. And so settling is the worst thing you can do. It's just more of like, okay, next, what's next? And it's not, and just because we ask what's next doesn't mean that we're ungrateful for everything that we've experienced and we've had.
Yeah.
It just, that's the whole purpose of life, is wanting more.
Yeah. No, I'm grateful for everything, and I'm sure people are grateful. It's just like let go. Like something doesn't fit you anymore, but you love it so much that one dress that you have been worn so many times, and now it doesn't fit you anymore, but you're so sentimental.
I'll save it. Maybe I can lose the weight.
I know, yeah. Holding on to it.
Yeah, we all been there.
But the thing is, if you don't let it go, you can't have a picture with a new robe, a new dress. So sometimes you're just going to have to say, I know, maybe somebody else can have a chance on that as a new dress, and I am going to get a different one. So it is difficult. It is not easy, but don't think that you're too old for starting anything new.
Absolutely. Absolutely not.
Many times I thought of that. At my age, do I want to start a new career? Heck yes! Why not? Let's have fun.
Yes. It's about having fun. It's about living. It's about just, so excited to wake up and do something new.
And finding the unknown, just almost like, somebody give you a package, a surprise, and you don't know what's inside. You can't wait to open it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I love that you said that, because sometimes there's so many people out there that feel that they need to have a complete plan in order to move forward, and you don't. And I just want to emphasize how you do not need to know that. You just need to take one step that will lead you to that next step. Just focus on what that end goal is and take action based on that desire, that idea that came into your mind, because it has a purpose. And so just take that. You don't have to have it all planned out.
I think that's the fear of unfamiliar things, the fear of not knowing or stepping out that comfort zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So think of it as an excitement instead of a fear. So you're totally right. Just take one step forward, just one, and then it'll lead to your next one.
Absolutely.
And the next one. So
Also,
a year ago,
something new is always exciting, but there are different personalities. Some people they like the consistency, the same.
yeah.
But some most people like the new thing, experiment the new thing. Even moving to a different location is
Yeah,
also.
some people just like the familiar stuff. Like, they know it's safe. You get up, you do the same thing, you eat the same thing, it is safe. If you try something else, you might get a stomach ache, or you this, and you put the fear in your head and you stop trying. So you don't taste anything else, but eat the same thing over and over. So that's boring. Stop doing that.
And sometimes we don't even recognize that we're bored,
Right.
right? Sometimes
Yeah.
we don't even
Yeah,
recognize
that's
that we
true.
are just bored, and
Right.
that we find ourselves just doing every day because it's a process and what we're supposed to do. And that's why asking the questions, what do I want?
Yeah.
How do I want to feel, is so incredibly
Right.
powerful,
Mm.
because you'll never get a lie. When you
Yeah.
ask a question, your inner truth will always give you
Right.
that truth.
Very true. Very true. Well, thank you, Karem. If people want to find you, or they want to be connecting with you, how do they do that?
Oh my gosh, thank you. It's really been awesome to talk with both of you. You can find me at leapandbelieve.com is my website, or you can email me at leapandbelieve@gmail.com. I also have the Ignite Your Purpose podcast, and you can hear amazing stories, which Lee will be coming out soon.
Oh,
So
thank you.
I would love for them to hear your story.
Oh, thank you. I think we all have story to share, and this is why we are here 3 days a week featuring everyone's stories. If you have an incredible story that you want to share, we are all ears. We love to find out how you thrive. After all, this is a thriving conversation.
It is. It is.
So thank you so much, Karem. And again, we want to honor the AAPI Heritage Month, and we're encouraging you to reach out to any of the Asian American friends this month, and maybe checking on them, talking to them, reconnect if you lost that connection. It is great to have friends that with all different races. We enrich each other's lives from our different cultures and our different things that we bring to the table.
Absolutely. It's an honor.